This is the episode one Shots Fired podcast. I am your host, Franchise 254. I've got with me this guy over here. Say your name, clown.
Reaper, say your name, clown.
Oh, me? Oh, I thought you were talking to you.
No,
Golden Reaper,
you.
the resident battlefield god. Nice to meet you.
I hate this podcast already.
Alrighty, so we've got Golden Reaper.
Wait,
then
Golden
we got-
Reaper Bury? Wait.
Oh, Golden Reaper, YouTube King of the Bury. Yeah, that's it.
What is it that you want? What is your
On
name?
YouTube.
Yeah, but you said that you changed it. You said that you wanted us to call you
I
King
go
of the
by...
Bury it in
No,
me.
just call me Reaper, you fucking retard. God damn, you complicating everything.
Okay, all right.
Alrighty.
I'm
And
down.
then-
Don't get
and
so
the
triggered.
The instigator over there is Team_Disturbed. Am I right there? Or
Yeah,
you do something different this
you're
week?
right. Go to Matty J. I could care less. Oh wait, I just
And then-
I already
and then
introduced
we-
Matty J.
Yeah, well done,
And
dude.
We got our
Seriously,
buddy Matty
this
J
is
over
going
here.
top notch. Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh man! So as you can see, we're just in a big clusterfuck here, and we don't care. So we'll give you our opinions, what we like, what we don't like, upcoming news, and so on and so forth about gaming and anything else we feel like talking about. So, what have you guys been playing this week? Don't everybody speak up at once.
Battlefield and Rocket League, basically.
Okay, so we got Battlefield.
Wait, what? What game?
Battlefield and Rocket League, sir.
Rocket League?
What are you crying about?
Kick him,
What are you crying?
kick him off. Franchise. Oh wait, I control the party. I can kick him out of here. He's done. I'm kicking him.
No, I
What's
was,
wrong
I
with
was
that?
watching a video on
I'm
Rocket
going
League
up.
before. I've never actually heard of this game, and there's these. Well, for one, there was like love hearts coming out the back of a car, so I was going like, yeah, I'm out. The next thing was there was like.
That's why Bury, King of the Bury Me, is playing that game.
And there was this little kid jumps on after he, I don't know, scored a goal or whatever, and he was like, oh my god, I turtle dribbled it. That was the best thing ever. You've so got to see. And I was just going, what is this? A turtle dribble?
What is a turtle dribble?
It's like where the car goes upside down. I assume. Is that right?
I
King
can't
of
do
the
it. I don't
Fury?
know. Just call me fucking Reaper.
Bury?
Okay.
Bury me? What's a turtle
Okay,
dribble?
fucking Reaper.
I don't know what it is. I can't do it.
Yeah, you can. You probably like, you probably
He's
ranked
the
up
king
so
of
much
that
on
shit.
that already. Yeah,
the
he's
king of
he's
the
got
turtle
two on
dribble.
the turtle dribble.
Oh, man. So,
Okay.
out of everybody here, I would expect Reaper to play more games than me.
Well, no, I played. Let's take a look. I played Metro 2033, Metro Last Light, and Dark Souls 3. So yeah, I played quite a few games. Unlike Disturbed, who plays one game.
Nice.
Alrighty, so as you can see right now, I'm playing NBA 2K. Is it 17? Yeah. 18's not out yet. I've played some Battlefield, which I play more than anything. Let's see. I actually got a Sony was I mean not Sony. Xbox is giving away Watch Dogs, so I started playing that since it was a free game.
No, game's trash.
Hey, it's free. I don't care if it's trash or not. I just started it, and I will give my opinion later.
I spent 60 on that game. It's not worth it.
So, okay, so you guys don't play very much. Maddie, you don't. You just played Battlefield. That's it.
Oh yeah, look, I've had a couple of years off gaming, as you guys know. I came back in. I was playing Witcher for a bit, catching up on the Assassin's Creed series, and then just started back on BF1. But this week only BF1. I've only racked up about 20 hours so far, so got a bit of catching up to do.
Okay, good deal. Okay, so last week we had E3.
What about me?
We already know what you're playing. We don't even need to ask you.
Wait a minute, you guys didn't even ask me. That is foul.
Didn't you just say Battlefield? I could have sworn you just said Battlefield.
Clown, don't you remember the picture that I sent you of that other game that I just bought because of E3 and my obsession? Yeah. You know what I did?
That game's like...
Shut up,
like 6
it's my turn. Shut up, it's my turn.
Okay.
So I played Battlefield 1
drinking.
with Matty J. It's been a lot of fun. And after E3, watching God of War 4, oh my God. Tell me Kratos and Atreus, that game was just so crunk. That got me so in the mood that I actually went for $5 at GameStop. I bought God of War 3 remastered for the PS4, and I was playing that, and I played that all for 2 minutes because then Matty J came back, and now I've been playing Battlefield 1 all the time. Thanks a lot, Matty J.
Don't blame me, man. I can't help you if you're in love with me. Jesus.
All right, go ahead, Franchise. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you're good, bro. You were actually correct that we didn't give you a chance to say.
Yeah, it's like, damn, it's like, everybody just pushing the Italian out of the way. Like, really? Like,
Let's
why?
not go there.
Why? Like, what I did? All right, go ahead, Franchise. Yeah, so
Asshole.
last week.
Okay, so last week we had E3, and I think the majority of us watched the conferences, right?
Amen.
Alrighty. So this is my question to you guys: what did you think overall for E3?
I'll go first. My hand was up first.
Okay, go for it.
Me. Okay. I gotta say, and I actually had a brief conversation with somebody on our Twitter line. I don't think it was like last year. Last year's crowd and the games that were announced, you could just tell that the fans, whether it was PS4, Xbox, I mean, everyone was crunk. Everyone was excited. We could not wait for Uncharted. We saw a little bit, we just saw the opening, 5-10 minutes of God of War. And there was just so many other games, and everyone, you could just see the crowd. The crowd was standing up, cheering. I don't know what it was. But then when we moved over to this E3, I don't know. I saw a lot of the YouTube videos from the E3 that people took and stuff like that. There were so many people that were just sitting in the stands, and they weren't getting up. They weren't as excited. Like, I have to be honest with you. I really think that Nintendo won, because when I saw, apart from, shut up, it's my turn first. You can talk afterwards. Damn it. When I saw, with the exception of God of War, when Nintendo came on and I saw the Yoshi that looks like Little Big Planet, it's a ripoff of Little Big Planet, let's admit it. But then when I saw Mario Odyssey, it just took me back to 1988 when I remember opening that first beautiful NES, and it was my introduction to gaming. The feeling that I had, I was ecstatic. And that's what I felt for the Nintendo part of E3. Everything else was, Even Xbox, they announced a new system. Not really all that excited. Like, really? PC? Eh, really? Like, what's there to be excited about? I think gaming is dead. That's my experience.
For like
It is
forever.
dead. Shut up, and I'm gonna keep saying it.
Why are you here?
Alrighty. So, who was next in line on that one?
You go next.
Me? Okay. Shut your hole. I bet you don't hear that very often, do you? Clown.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what I thought about E3, I watched the big conferences, and I do have to say, out of the big three, Nintendo had the most interesting conference. They had the most interesting show. It was, more engaging. It actually showed stuff that we want to see. It wasn't retreads of last year. Sony. Sony's conference was terrible this year. Sony usually comes out and has a big conference where they talk more. This one was all about, okay, well, we got these guys on here. We're gonna show gameplay footage, and that's about it. Nobody said anything. They had one guy that got on there, and he was like introducing everything, and he looked like fat guy in a little coat. He looked nervous, and he looked like he was sweating, and his suit was too small. And then he's like, yeah, we got, what's going on with Sony? Sony has lost its luster as far as what they used to produce. Xbox did normal Xbox things to me. They came out, they introduced a system. They've been doing that the last 3 years. They've been putting out a system. Oh, we got this system coming out, and we got this system. But overall, they didn't really show me any games. They didn't show me a bunch of first-party games that would, just wow me and make me think, oh, man, I might have to go out and just make sure that I buy this system. Because let's face it, out of the three of us, or four of us, I'm the only one with an Xbox here. But
Xbox is trash.
Stop. The Xbox is trash. But yeah, I mean, and Ubisoft, they sucked, but they normally suck. And them dropping Aisha Tyler or Taylor or whatever the hell her name is, them letting go of her and not having her out this year, that made a big difference. EA, boring, same crap. I just heard a lot of dick eating because Ronaldo's going to be on the cover of FIFA 17 or 18 or whatever the hell it is. All this Ronaldo dick eating. Ronaldo. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? We don't care. Just give us the goddamn game and be done with it. So yeah, that's my whole take. Nintendo won. Sony sucked the worst.
Stop.
Sony did suck the worst. Sony was bad this year. This is the first year I didn't hear.
All right. Calm down.
This is the first year I did not hear anybody clap or stand up or applaud Sony. It was horrible.
I don't care. It's only a podcast.
They showed the same thing. Sony showed the same thing as last year.
Pretty much, except for there were maybe 2 or 3 new games, new IPs that they put in.
Yeah.
I mean,
But Xbox really just showed multi-plats and then a new console. No exclusives.
Well, they had a couple of exclusives.
Whenever I have to.
They announced any exclusives?
Yeah, they put Crackdown. Crackdown's an exclusive.
Yeah, but they didn't. They announced that years ago.
Yeah,
It's
but
finally coming.
they showed more game footage of it. So I mean,
I guess, but it looks trash, so it doesn't really matter. I think they downgraded it too.
I don't think they downgraded it. I think they just
The destruction.
I think they built off the original Crackdown. They just built the game off the original Crackdown and put it on the new consoles. That's it.
Wait, I don't know why this clown is saying Nintendo won. What did Nintendo really show?
Mario games,
That was like,
bro.
Yeah, but they've already shown gameplay from the Mario. They just showed
Dude,
more.
but everything Mario is awesome. What are you talking about? You know how much money Mario has brought to the gaming industry? What are you talking about? There's that one game that was all with the guys that were playing all with the long hair freaks and swords and stuff like that, that I even text you about, that you were like, oh yeah, I'm all over that. But here you are ripping Nintendo. Well, it's something about Warrior. Yeah, that's why you want to play that Warrior game, whatever the hell it's called.
I completely forgot what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, because I sent you the link on that trailer, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm all over that. You were like that. You were like, that looks so awesome. And here you are ripping Nintendo. Nintendo's fun. Nintendo is fun. We gotta admit it. Just be honest. Nintendo's fun.
Reaper comes from a different era than we do. You know,
I
like
more
we grew up with, you know, Super Mario Brothers and all that sort of stuff. I mean, my first favorite game was Super Mario Brothers 3. I mean, on NES. Reapers was probably COD or something like that.
Stop! You keep saying that. Stop. I'm not that young. Jesus Christ.
Did you just say his favorite game was cock?
I started gaming on PS1. Like, there was no COD on PS1.
Yeah, I think we started gaming on like Atari or something like that.
Yeah.
You guys are old as hell.
Yeah, that's
So
what
is
happens.
your mom.
Oh, nice one. The only thing good at the Nintendo conference for me was the Metroid Prime 4 announcement. Because I've been waiting for that game forever. Other than that, it was really just boring.
It wasn't bad. They did a lot more with it.
You make no sense, Reaper. You rip Nintendo, but yet you go to an all-time classic that I grew up with in Metroid.
Yeah, one game. They didn't win E3.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just the nostalgia. It's the euphoria of what Nintendo brought to us when we were younger. That you have, that game has captivated you. You're millennial. You're a millennial, and that game, Metroid, I grew up with that when I was younger than you, but it's captured you. So how can you say that Nintendo boring and blah blah, Nintendo blah? If it was up to you, you'd actually go and buy a freaking Nintendo Switch just so you can play the Metroid game, because it's that good. You gotta stop hating this stuff. This is coming from me. This is coming from me, though, the guy that only plays one damn game on one system. Well, two, man.
Yeah, that's true too. I actually bought a Nintendo Switch myself.
Yeah, you playing one game on it? Nice.
Yeah, there's only one game to play.
Exactly, so why'd you buy it?
Just because
Do you know, again, do you know how many AAA titles are going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch?
Now. Why would you like day one? How many are out now?
It doesn't. Wait a minute. Excuse me, sir. Were you excited with the lineup from PlayStation 4 when it first came out?
I didn't buy PlayStation 4 the day it came out.
Okay. When did you buy it? How long after it came out?
3-4 months.
How long?
3 or 4 months.
No, you did not. 3 or 4 months.
Did.
Get out of here. Get
I
out
got
of
like
here.
the end of January. What are you talking about?
King of the bury it in me. Shut up. No, you didn't. You got that like a week later from what I remember.
No, I didn't. I didn't meet you till January 2014.
Just shut up already.
See, there's that dementia again. There's that dementia.
You want to know something? The PlayStation 4 lineup was weak as hell. The Xbox lineup was weak. Oh,
it was not. It was just the same stuff they showed last year for the most
You know
part,
what's
but
so
it was
funny?
not weird.
Listen, just shut up for a second. Let me just say one thing. You say how the PlayStation 4 lineup was not weak. I'm on here. I'm on this podcast. I'm going to say it how it is, how I feel, and this is the truth. Xbox lineup was weak as hell. PlayStation 4's lineup was weak as hell when they all came out. And you want to know something? They're still weak as hell. Okay.
What did Nintendo show? What did Nintendo show?
Wait. I'm not talking about Nintendo. I'm just talking about you. I'm focused on you right now. I'm like Dr. Milky right now, and you're sitting down on the chair across from me, and I need to straighten you out, you millennial you. You shut up. Listen to me. You go on your little YouTube channel, and you're always ripping all these fanboys, all these Sony ponies that you call them and stuff on some of the channels, on some of the videos that you made. But yet here you are so adamant to defend Sony that they did not have a weak lineup. Yes, they did. And this is coming from somebody who has not made a YouTube video ripping Sony. If anything, I was always the one that said from day one how weak Sony is, how bad Sony is. This indie crap has got to stop. Franchise, please, no, stop calling my name. Franchise, please step in right now and tell this clown exactly, have I not been consistent with everything that I just got done saying right now?
He has said, you know, except he was excited for the PlayStation 4. Now that's one thing I can say. He was very excited for it. He was a day one adopter just like I was.
And I still love Sony. We've always said they have, for this generation, they are way behind. They have a weak lineup, very weak. They have put too much resources in this. Look, I don't care. If indies want to make money, that's fine. I'm a capitalist. If you want to make money, that's great. All the power to you. I make all of them. I make billions of dollars. I'm happy for you. But the problem is that you can't compare indie titles with AAA titles. There was not enough. Wait, no, because for a long time, and franchise can even vouch for me. No, you listen to me, because even Sony for a long time, they were pushing, even last E3, they were pushing a ton of indie titles. It's almost like the only thing that I heard in my stupid ear was indie coming out of Sony. And I even told franchise, how many times have we spoken in the Hangouts, Allo, whatever the hell chat that we were in, that what is it with Sony constantly trying to push all this indie stuff? Where are the AAA titles? What, Uncharted 4? Battlefield 1? Now we're going to get God of War? Hold up. How many, 10 years later, we're getting another Gran Turismo? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm the one that's been consistent here, not you. Not you.
All right, calm down. Let me expose you real quick. So why do you like Nintendo?
What are you going to do? Are you going to talk to me about 4K now?
No, just answer my question. Why do you like Nintendo?
I like Nintendo because it's fun. Because I have so much more. Because you want to know something? When I play the Nintendo Switch, I have fun. When I look at your picture, I throw up.
Can I talk, clown? All right, so you said you like Nintendo because it's fun, right? You said you like it because it's fun. But indies are also played because they're fun, not because of the high quality or high AAA budgets and all that crap. They're played because they go back to like the old elements of older school games that you fucking cry about. Like, oh, I love the old school games. They're amazing. But then you won't play indies that have these same types of mechanics and stuff, and they're building on it, and they're fun. They're not like big freaking RPGs that you don't like, where it's focused on story and stuff and characters that you obviously don't like because you don't like The Witcher, but they're focused on fun. And you don't like indies for some reason. I don't understand. Indies are the essence of like what Nintendo is trying to do. They're just made for fun.
Okay.
And you just don't like it, right? So I don't get it.
Okay, just to speak down. So I'm gonna explain myself very quick and briefly so that we can get Matty J and franchise in on this, and they can get they can speak as well. So I'm gonna educate you. So just make sure that you sit down, take out a little pad and a little pen and stuff, and write this stuff down. Here's the difference. Number one, when a manufacturer such as Sony creates a Sony PlayStation, whether it's 4, 3, 5, 10, and they tell us how they are going to push the future and this and that we're going to see games that are just going to be mind-blowing. Oh, I'm sorry. Not once did they mention indie. Not once did they say that indie games was going to be. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Uncharted 4, and you just don't like any of it. That's the problem. You don't like any.
Here's the thing. Nintendo isn't even creating these stupid indie games that Sony's pushing. Nintendo isn't even doing that.
On the Switch. They said they're going to start pushing them on the Switch. What are you talking about?
No, I didn't even hear that once. You know what I see? What Nintendo's doing? Oh my goodness, this guy. You see, this is the problem when you talk to a millennial. They have no information, no facts, no nothing. They just talk out of their ass and they think it's factual, but it's not factual.
What you're doing right now.
I told you to just shut up. No, it's not. Sony. Okay, I can't. You know what? I'm gonna take a break. Google it. See, that's the first thing that everybody, these millennials, right away. Google it. Google this right here. Google this right here.
Spoken like a true franchise. Okay, so.
Look,
Betty, were you?
Nintendo just announced over 60 indie games for the Switch. Come on, like, exposed. You were wrong, Disturbed. I'm sorry.
Maddie, were you able to keep up with any of that?
I don't know. At the start, it sounded like one liked Nintendo, the other didn't like Nintendo. Now it sounds like it's switched. Now it's like Reaper does like Nintendo. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't like
Nintendo, but he's saying that he's complaining about indies on the PlayStation, but now the Switch is going to start pushing indies. They announced 60 indies for the Switch, but he's crying about indies.
Well, my thing is, don't make your game. The first thing Sony said when they brought out the PlayStation 4, what was it? It's friendly to all indie developers. We went to indie developers to design the game. Isn't that what they said? I mean, yeah. I do remember that. It was at E3, you know, the little pencil neck geek stood there and was like, yeah, you know, this is going to be the console for the indie gamer. Okay, so why are you killing your product with indie games instead of putting out AAA titles? PlayStation 3. No, I'm saying I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying that they're not putting out AAA titles, but they're not.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you to clarify on that one, hey.
Yeah, they're not putting out enough AAA titles. Do you remember all of the games that we got with PlayStation 3? PlayStation 3 was, I mean, we had all kinds of exclusives on there, didn't we? We had all kinds. Some sucked. Some sucked like Haze. And were broken and terrible. And some were pretty decent. Some were pretty good. You know, Resistance has always been one of my favorites. A lot of people didn't like Resistance, but I did. You know, stick
so
with
you're
what...
saying the PS3 had more exclusives, right? And you're saying the PlayStation 4 just doesn't have enough. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So the thing with that is freaking AAA games are like more expensive now, and they take longer to produce now as time goes because they're higher quality than they used to be.
That's not my problem. That's not my problem.
That's just reality now, though. So
as a consumer, that's not my problem. Then get out of the business.
To fill the void.
Indies is there to what?
There's still plenty of AAA games, but there's more options now because you can play indies if you. It's just more options.
You make me sick. You make me sick to my stomach. You really do. The fact that you substitute indies. Look, I don't want to come off as being this anti-indie guy because I'm not. Like I told you, I'm a capitalist. If you develop something and you want to make money, make all the money in the world. I don't care. More power to you. I'm just not an indie guy. My biggest problem is that when Sony came out and told me that they were going to develop this PlayStation 4, I was sold on all this AAA title stuff that was going to be groundbreaking. It was going to blow my mind and everything. And you want to know something? Up until now, after 2 years later, I'm still not blown away. And it's the same thing with the Xbox. Same thing with the Xbox.
You don't try anything, though. You don't try anything. You don't go outside.
There is nothing there for me to try. What, The Witcher 3?
Yes,
dummy, you?
Bloodborne. There's so
the
much
Bloodborne 2? Oh, here. Yeah, I'll give you some blood. I'm going to slip my wrist. The longer that you're on this podcast, I'm going to slip my wrist, and there's your Bloodborne, okay?
You don't even like Mass Effect. I can't take you serious.
I saw you play Bloodborne for 2 minutes, and I just wanted to just put my head in acid. Okay? That's how stupid that game is. Thank you. My daughter just said it correctly.
Okay, so I found a few games that I like on Xbox that I've been playing. You know, and I've streamed a few of them and let people see them, and I'm like, you know, they have some decent, you know, first party indie game, or not indie exclusives, but they're not making it to where we have it's like last gen we had more exclusives than anything, so they made a real competition for, you know, consoles. I've always been one to have multiple consoles when they come out, so I look at it as, you know, bring me a game that's going to show off your system. You know, nobody's done that yet. Nobody's put out a game that's going to...
Uncharted 4 doesn't show off the system?
Uncharted 4 doesn't run that system all the way into the ground, no. It does okay.
What? Oh my god. I don't even like Uncharted, but Uncharted shows like what you can do with the power of the PS4. Because it just looks so great, even though it's trash.
I actually have it sitting over here wrapped up in plastic. I've never played it.
Oh my god.
Maybe I should play it.
Yeah, play it and look how great it looks, because the graphics in that game are incredible. Disturbed, you don't like Uncharted, right? Alright, cool.
I love Uncharted. I can't wait to play Uncharted 4. I'm actually waiting. It's going to be dropped in the mail soon. It's the mail carrier just lost it a little on the way.
I think the guy who's supposed to send it has just been forgetting it at home on the table.
Oh, was that what happened? Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, so I'll be playing it soon once it actually gets mailed to my house. But yeah, I like Uncharted. I think it's a great game. It really is good.
I've played.
It seems like a fun game.
I played 2 out of the first 3 Uncharteds, and I have to say I had fun with it. But
it's just not an MP.
I think 3 was multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm just saying that a game like that shouldn't be multiplayer. Put all your resources into the game. Just solo, and just create the most epic experience that you can. Multiplayer, leave multiplayer for first-person shooters like Battlefield and Call of Duty and Halo and you know, dare I say Titanfall. But Uncharted and games like that, RPGs, nah. It's even God of War. What was it? God of War, was it Ascensions or?
Yeah, it was Ascensions.
Yeah, it was Ascensions when they went multiplayer. Like, really? Like, me and franchise. Remember when we tried that franchise for like 2 minutes? We got out. We never went back in. It's just some games are not meant to be multiplayer, and those kind of games are not meant to be multiplayer. They're just not. The beauty is in the storyline, and making that gamer feel one with the character as he goes on his journey. That is what those games are. When you try and add another element, such as multiplayer, which is a total different beast, and you try and bring that into a game like Uncharted, you actually take away from that experience. You really do, and
Yeah.
you shouldn't, because the beauty is almost in the name itself, Uncharted. When you hear Uncharted, there is a certain mystique to that name. When you say God of War, there is a certain mystique to it. When you say, I'll even dare say Final Fantasy, there is a certain mystique to those names, which is why it created the fan bases that it has. When you try and slice that in pieces and you try to add another element to it that should have never been, you actually water it down. You make the experience you make the experience bad, and you shouldn't do that. It's not fair. It's not fair. That's why I'm so glad when Sony, got Cory Barlog to direct this next God of War. Right, one of the first things that he said was no multiplayer. And I remember exactly like 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, somebody on Twitter asked him, "Are we going to get multiplayer?" One of the first things that he said was, "Nope, no multiplayer. We are putting all of our resources into the story and the game itself to bring you an experience unlike you've ever experienced." I've said enough. Thank you very much. Good night. I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, I got a question for you guys, and anyone can answer this. Do you guys think that any of the big titles like Battlefield or COD or anything like that are going to ever be console exclusive? So, say like
No.
Battlefield.
No way.
Do you think there's enough players on both consoles to constitute them holding a game like that? Or
No,
letting the game
there's-
be multiplayer?
To make it exclusive, they would lose so much money. There's no point for them. Like EA and Ubisoft and stuff, there's no point to make those games exclusive. Just a waste of money. They don't care about the console war, so exclusivity doesn't mean anything to them.
Well, I've said this before and I'll say it again. EA hates Sony. I don't care what anybody says. If you go out and
Yeah,
look,
but EA also loves money, so and they love money more than they hate Sony. So,
Yeah,
there's no way.
for some reason the Xbox is less powerful than the PlayStation 4. Xbox One is less powerful. Specs show that. Everything across the board shows it. But they always give us dumbed down versions of games compared to Xbox. I'm one who plays them on both systems, so I see the differences. The lighting, they do different things with the lighting and the shading, the shaders, and all kinds of stuff. So when I look at EA games, it's like, why would I even buy them on Sony? Because you're getting something that's like the Nintendo Wii version of the game on Sony, if it's an
Give us
EA
an
product.
example.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you give us an example of that?
Okay, go on YouTube, Google search lighting in Madden. Compare Madden on PlayStation 4 to Xbox One, something like that, and you'll see the comparisons in like where there's sunlight. The sunlight is, you actually see sunlight, the sunbeams coming out of the sky. You see, actual grass coming off the turf, things like that. You don't actually see, in PlayStation versions of that, you don't see the extra lighting effects that they have. And that's really sad. And it's all over YouTube. You can YouTube it and look. And they show you
Yeah,
the
I'm just
different...
looking at screenshots now on it. So you get, I can see you've got sort of like the flares from the sun, like that lens flare kind of look in the Xbox One, and it didn't show up on the PlayStation.
Yeah, it's just because you don't get the product, you don't get the... PlayStation would sell so much more if they would do things like that. The EA needs to stop being prejudiced towards Sony. I mean, now
Whoa, 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 whoa. Can I just say one thing?
what?
I think no, it's the other way around. Sony needs to loosen their butt cheeks a little bit, because if I remember correctly, isn't it a fact that now Nintendo and Microsoft, and I have to give them a big, huge round of applause, that at E3 they announced cross-platform for not just one game, but, oh, wait a minute, 2 games that they are now going to be. But what did Sony do? Oh, that's right. Sony told Microsoft after they sat down and Microsoft tried reaching out an olive branch, Sony was the one that went to that. And I'm a Sony fan. I just think that this is ridiculous. But I'm going to tell the truth. When something that I love does something wrong, I'm going to tell you. I don't care. You could be mad at me. Oh, well, tough luck. The facts are facts. Sony went and told them, no thanks, go pound sand. And that's what they told them with Minecraft. Nintendo and Microsoft now are going to go cross-platform. And what was the other game as well?
How does cross-platform benefit Sony, though? How would it benefit them?
What? Wait a minute. If Nintendo and Microsoft see an advantage in it, why not Sony? Why does
They needed to sell more consoles. They're hoping it'll sell them. PlayStation's already winning. What are they doing?
Well,
yeah, but no, but you see again. Okay, you see, Reaper. This is where you need to get your head. I'm not going to insult you. This is where you just need to just. No. Listen, I'm not going to insult you. I'm not going to insult you. Listen, this is where you kind of need to just now put your open your mind. Be open-minded about this. Okay. Let me ask you one thing. If I survey 1,000 gamers, so I'm going to take, or let's just say 1,500 gamers. I'm going to
can I
take
just quickly
500.
stop you right there, Disturbed? You're talking about the gamers, but I mean, Reaper's talking about it from a company perspective. Like, what?
Exactly.
I mean, I can see the benefits for the gamer. 100% I can see the benefits for the gamer. But the benefits for Sony, who are pretty much leading the market, why the hell would they want to do that? There is absolutely no upside, or the upside is worse than the downside for them.
No, you're wrong, because guess what? It's us gamers that put all that freaking money in the 60 million consoles that Sony sold. It was us that went out and bought it. Sony didn't buy it. Sony created the product and we went and bought it. So you want to know something? If 90% of your base wants you to open up your platform, damn it, open it up. If Nintendo and Microsoft can get down on the table like gentlemen and open up their platforms, you know what? Don't be the Scrooge over there on the side counting your 60 million consoles, because you want to know something? One thing that I know about business is this. Consumers and your customers are always right. And when your consumers or customers want something, you give it to them. You give them what they want. And this is the problem with Sony. When they came out with that crap PlayStation 3 console, and they tried selling it to us as a PlayStation 3 entertainment center, guess what the freaking community did? And their $600 price tag. We told them to stick it. When Xbox came out, when the PlayStation 4 was announced and the Xbox was announced, what did Xbox do? They tried announcing their system as an entertainment center. What did their fan base do? They told them to stick it. And what did Microsoft do in the next day? They didn't wait a month, 2 months later. What did they do the next day? They went back and they said, we need to redesign everything inside this system, and we need to open everything up because our fan base is about to rebel against us. And now look at them. They're all going to Sony now. That's what you do. When your fan base goes one place, that's where you follow. Don't tell me why Sony can stay. No, what you need to do as a business is that you always need to evolve. When your fan base wants something, you
I'm
give
not
them
saying
what
that
they
you
want.
don't need to evolve as a business. I'm certainly not saying that. You know, being a business person myself, I always have been. I'm not going to, you know, talk. I'm not going to sit there and say that, you know, they don't have to adapt and they don't have to. I just can't see the upside for Sony to do that. I honestly can't see it from a business point of view. I cannot see any benefit. I can understand. I can see the upside for Xbox and Nintendo, but I can't see it from Sony's perspective. That's all I'm saying.
Let me just ask you one thing. Let me just say this one thing, and then I'm going to shut up for a little bit because I don't want to dominate this freaking podcast. I swear I don't. But let me just ask you one thing. If Sony comes around and says, okay, you know what? Let's open up our network, and let's allow Microsoft and Nintendo players to come on, and let them get a feel for how our system and how our network and our whole infrastructure works. Do you think that maybe they can pull some of the people from Microsoft and Nintendo over to their side to where they're going to want to buy a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation Pro? Really?
No. Yeah, really? I can't see why they would change then. If they can get that experience on their Xbox, why would they change then? They're like, oh well, I get best of both worlds over here. You know, I see where they're coming from. I think they're protecting their consumer base. Yeah, that's my opinion on it anyway.
Think about it like
I could be wrong, but that's...
for the PlayStation, they have the biggest install base by, they have the bigger install base than Xbox and Switch, times 2. So, for them, it's most people are on PlayStation, so if your friend's he's thinking about getting one, it's oh, most of my friends are on PlayStation, so I can't get the Xbox, so I want to play with them. But if there's cross-platform play, there's that chance he can get the Xbox and still play with his friends. So for Sony, there's really no point for cross-platform play. It's not gonna help them. It just gives everybody more options. It gives the gamers more options. And Sony doesn't want the gamers to have more options.
But look at it like this. Look at it this way, okay? You have these people...
I don't think there's a right and wrong here, Disturbed. I think it's more just, it's an opinion.
Consumers... Here's the opinion. Go ahead and survey 1,000 gamers. Gamers want freedom. Plain and simple. The more freedom that you give a gamer, wherever it is that freedom's coming from, they're going to gravitate to it. I'm included in that. When Microsoft and Switch announced this cross-platform, did you not think that I was intrigued as a Sony pony man? Yes, I actually was. I actually went and spoke to my son about it.
So you're saying that if Nintendo and Xbox do cross-platform, then you'd switch. You'd leave Sony and go over to Xbox. And
if there's other games that are going to be coming over that's cross-platform, yeah, why not? If that's fun. What's so wrong about having freedom when you game? Why can't we just game against other platforms? What's wrong with that? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If anything, I think as a gamer, we all win. Isn't that what we're all in this for? Is to feel the excitement of gaming? Isn't that why we're in gaming? Or do we have to be trapped in a certain manufacturer's bubble? And no, this is the way how we do things, and this is the way how you're going to make things. No, the hell with that. I want freedom. I want freedom. I want to feel free. If I have some friends that are over that only play on the Xbox, but because we have, let's just say, for sake of argument, this argument right here, Minecraft. Minecraft is one of the biggest games out there. It's been one of the biggest games. So let's just say I have 10 friends, 20 friends that I love to play with, but I can't really play with because they're on Microsoft. But here, my son has the Nintendo Switch, and he's got Minecraft. What makes you think that there isn't a Friday night that I can get with those friends and game with them? Because it's open. Isn't that fun? Isn't that why we're gamers? Isn't that what we're all here for?
We're not against it. We're just saying I don't expect Sony to do it. I don't see why they would do it.
Well, and I'm not saying that you guys are wrong. I'm just telling you that Sony's stance on this is wrong. They should open it up, because the more open that they make themselves, the more, from a business point, the more attractive that they're going to be. They're going to be a more... their entity is going to be that much more precious. Like when people say Sony PlayStation.
Cross-platform play, if everybody's doing it, it's going to be not going to be special. If they all do cross-platform play, then it doesn't matter if Sony does it. Nobody's going to be like, oh, Sony's doing cross-platform play, I'm going to get a PlayStation. Everybody else is doing it, so it's not a factor.
Isn't everybody right now either buying a Nintendo Switch, an Xbox One, or a PlayStation 4? I mean, don't they have that freedom now to buy? Okay, well, your argument, that little argument that you just made right there just totally just went out in the toilet. I just flushed that right now like 10 minutes ago. Because any gamer can go in the store and buy whatever the hell system that they want. I'm just telling you, if you open it all up.
We're not saying that we're against cross-platform play, dude. I'm certainly for it. I mean, 100%. I'm a gamer from way back, you know. But I just can't see any benefit for Sony to do that.
There's a ton of benefits.
If it's about protecting their customer base and about, making money, that's why they told Microsoft to go F themselves.
I'm going to come out and say this. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say this. And then I'm going to shut my pie hole up for a long time in franchise. You better take over this damn show before I do, before we close it out.
Well, fuck, man. You've been talking
controlling franchise.
Hey, shut your pie hole, asshole.
I'm going to say this. You want to know why? You want to know why Sony won't do this? I'll tell you why. Because they're scared. Because you want to know something? There is a great brother of mine who I love and respect by the name of Franchise 254, right over there in that corner over there. And you know what that man has always told me about Microsoft and their UI and the way how Microsoft sets up their whole system and their whole infrastructure? For so long, I've always heard that man who's got both systems, he's got all three systems. That man has always told me how great that system and that UI is. You want to know why Sony keeps all this
awesome, dude.
Okay, well let me get to my point. The reason why Sony doesn't want to open it up is because Sony doesn't want to expose their base to such a better UI than they have. Because let's be honest here, as much as I love Sony, their UI sucks.
I don't have an Xbox One, but I know that the UI on Xbox is much better than PS4's. I still have a PS4.
It's more complicated. PlayStation is more simple. Everything's like right in front of you.
Anyhow,
I don't know.
Let's change the subject. Let's go. Next subject.
Okay, so yeah, we beat that one into the we beat that one into the ground. We're at like 51 minutes now.
You dummies.
But yeah, I mean, I want to say my piece on that. Just my little piece. And I think it would be beneficial for Sony to open it up. Only because if you have a network that, like, Microsoft has a really good network. It really does. They have a really solid network. But they're not like anybody else. They're hacked and attacked all the time, just like everybody else. But if you share that common wealth with people, and you say, hey, let's get this going the way we want to get it. Let's all get on the same page. That just makes things so much better for everybody else. But like everybody's saying, it's not going to happen. Sony doesn't want to open it up because they don't want to lose those console sales. And that's my spiel on it. So, Disturbed just killed all of his bro violations. Did you have some bro violations? Now he shut his pie hole.
No, I'm sorry. This podcast is a bro violation.
You're a bro violation, asshole. Okay, so Disturbed, what is the email for people to send in questions, comments, even?
So, if you guys want to just, all right, so there's two avenues that you guys can go. You can either go on Twitter or you can send us an email, and the email is theshotsfiredpodcast@gmail.com. That address again is theshotsfiredpodcast@gmail.com. And this week I'm going to make sure that I have all of our Twitters on there, all of our PSN handles. I'll have everything in the description for our YouTube. So if there's any way that you want to get in touch with us, all you need to do is just click on different links. I'm also going to attach or assign, or not attach or assign, but I'm going to link all of our Battlefield stats, because one game that we all play that we're going to play as soon as this podcast is over is Battlefield 1. So I'll make sure that our Battlefield stuff is on there as well. And just go ahead and just follow us on Twitter. The Facebook stuff, I'm just going to stay away from that. If somebody wants to handle the Facebook stuff, you can go ahead and do it. I'm not touching Facebook. I'm not getting in trouble. Just trust me on that. I'm not even going near there. So if somebody wants to do the Facebook
That sounds like
thing
an
and
under
start-
the thumb comment there, buddy.
yeah. Well, you know, there's many things that you can do with that thumb, but that's not for this podcast. So if somebody else wants to run the Facebook thing, if you guys want to set up a fan page, go ahead and do it. But definitely the Shots Fired Podcast at gmail.com. And just send us anything, any questions, whatever you want. Even if there's like relationship questions that you want, just ask us. Even in me, I love those kind of questions. I'll give you advice that will just totally blow your mind away. Just trust me on that. I'm Italian. I know these things.
Italians love the women's.
I'm
Asshole.
unmuting myself.
Okay, mute yourself, class clown. Okay, so we got that. We got that out of the way. Maddie, we didn't get a lot out of you today. Anything?
Oh, I couldn't get a word in.
Wow. Why did Creeper leave?
That skirt left.
Yeah.
No, it said that it was cancelled, something to do with his NAT. So, probably firewall issues or something like that. I don't know. He probably had to restart, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll be around for a little bit, so if he's back on before we leave, hey. But,
Yeah, but for me, I mean, I'm still playing catch up at the moment. I mean, I've basically just been focused on getting BF1 back to, elite levels, so I haven't really had a lot of time to muck around, and I've had a fairly big break, so that's why you haven't heard a lot out of me today, but, yeah, expect more next time. Not only that, but I didn't think we were going to go out on these massive tangents.
yeah, with Disturbed, anything can happen. When he feels a certain type of way about something, just understand he's going to just blow it out of the water.
I've known Disturbed long enough to understand that.
I'm that TNT that when you light it up and it doesn't explode right away, and like when you start inching up to it, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, the fuse is out. Like, what's going on? You have no idea if that thing's going to explode or not. That's basically what you're going to get with me.
Yeah, well.
Well, you know. Are you ready to jump on Battlefield 1? You big dummies.
Well, I mean...
Well, after this podcast, I'm not sure that we're friends anymore, bro.
Oh, man. So, we're going to try to get this just distributed out. We should have had something go out on Twitter, right? About it being on YouTube.
Correct. Yep. It's all linked together, so everyone's going to see it and the structure and all that stuff on each show as we go along.
We had a couple of viewers. If you're ever watching the live podcast and you want to say anything to us, just go ahead and send it right on in. We'll answer back as soon as possible.
And every week we're going to alternate who's going to run it. So like for tonight, you saw Franchise, playing NBA 2K. 2 weeks from now, you'll see me playing Battlefield 1 with all the fellas and doing the podcast. The following, show after that, you'll see Matty J playing something. And then 2 weeks after that, you'll see Reaper. Let's not talk about what you're going to see with Reaper.
Probably Rocket League.
Oh, no, I was thinking something else.
Rainbows, unicorns, and love hearts coming out the back of cars.
Yeah, you know what? That rainbow stuff, exactly.
Awesome.
Oh, man. So, yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll basically, if you have any questions, you want to talk to any one of us individual, mine is at franchise_254 on Twitter. Disturbed, yours is
T3AM _disturbed, but make sure you take the E out, or the 3, or I'm sorry, take out the E and replace it with the 3.
Okay.
So it's DISTURB3D. T3AM _DISTURB3D. TURB3D.
Okay, and then Reapers is Gold Unreaper. I'll just
No.
put it out there.
No, he's not that anymore.
He still got the same. That's his Twitter handle though. He just changed
No.
I know it was
No,
King of the Bury or something like that.
Yeah, he's King of the Bury, is what he is. Let me just, I'll check real quick. Just give out Matty J's information real quick while I get. Yeah, he's. Oh, what the heck?
Golden
He
Reaper.
did change it. Oh yeah, he's Gold, GOLDUN Reaper. He changed it. What a dummy. Man, this guy's got like we seriously have to like we got to get in touch with his parents. This guy's like really confused, like in many areas of his life, sexually, mentally, just everything.
We tried not to go there on the podcast. So, but yeah, I mean, we're pretty close knit group. Just give us a follow, give us a ring, give us a holler. You know, maybe one day we'll go back to Skype.
No.
And like I said, anything that you need to put out to us, send us email, tweets, whatever. You guys good? Can you hear
yeah,
me?
I'm good. I'm sorry. I was reading a message real quick from Reaper. Hold on. I just invited him. Let him get his information out there real quick. He was experiencing a lot of lag because he's at his mom's house. That's where he lives, in her house, in their room. So he's got to share their internet. So nothing's really official for Reaper. Oh, there he is. Reaper, give out your information real quick. You still not.
King of the Bury, YouTube, Golden Reaper, Twitter. That's it.
I should have never invited you. I should have never invited you if you're going to be like this. Really.
Well, he also put, for those that don't know, he also has his own channel. He puts out YouTube videos. He has his own opinions on stuff. We will have them on both feeds. This one here that you're listening to us on now, and his own personal. So that way we keep everything in line and in sync. Maddie?
Oh yeah, and you guys can also game with us whenever you want as well. So my PSN is the same as my Twitter.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, if you find him, you'll find me. So I'll be there. I'm not gonna explain.
And Maddie will be on there, and Reaper will be on there as well. And we all have the same PlayStation handles. So if you guys want to game with us, you're more than welcome to. We are a fun bunch to play with, and we just totally, we destroy each other every single time we play. And it's a lot of fun, and that's what gaming's all about. It's just fun. Maddie?
Yeah.
You got anything you want to put in there?
No, I'm good at this stage. Sorry, I was just sitting there. I couldn't access my Twitter account. I don't know what was going on, and I just fixed it just then. So I wasn't really listening to what you douchebags were just saying just then. So sorry about that.
I love Aussies. Aren't they awesome?
Aussies. Good day,
They're
mate.
so good. Good day, Mike. Shrimp on the barbie.
Get the fuck
This is the most racist shit I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, franchise, let's go drink some Fosters.
Oh my god, it's the worst beer ever. I don't even understand why you guys go on about it. Oh, that's why we export it, because no one here drinks it.
Foster's Australian for beer.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Hey, those are the commercials we get, man.
I know it is. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, yuck.
Man.
It's such a bad tasting beer too. I don't even get it.
Bro, you might as well go ahead and throw in some bro violations, man. Let's just go ahead and kick this show off right. Screw it.
Bro, okay, all right, I'll do, and feel free to jump in. Bro violation. When you are playing with someone on Battlefield 1 and he is a medic and he doesn't A, throw down medic packs, and B, when he revives you. Another bro violation is when you're playing with a guy who's in assault class and he guess what? He doesn't throw ammo packs. Those are bro violations. You deserve to have the game, you know, get dead in your system. You shouldn't play that game. If you're going to commit those violations, you shouldn't play those games at all. Because that's the essence of Battlefield. That's what makes Battlefield so wonderful, when you have teammates that actually do that stuff. And if you wear skinny jeans like Reaper, that is a huge bro violation, and I don't want to be your friend.
Kill yourself.
Is this something new? Is this the skinny jeans new? Or is this something I've missed?
Oh man,
That's Reaper.
skinny
Reaper's
jeans have
all
been
over
around for
that.
probably. They've probably been around
No,
for
I know
about
what
5
skinny
years.
jeans are. I'm talking about Reaper, you wearing them.
No, that's not nothing new. That's nothing new.
Jesus.
Reaper gets beat up every day.
Reaper, you want to reply to that, or is your internet still lagging?
I have no comment on the subject.
Hey,
Exposed.
what did Dewey Cox say? Guilty as charged.
Yeah. All right, I'm done. I've had enough. I'm ready to jump on Battlefield 1.
All right, well, thank you everybody who's listening. Give us a sub. What else? Keep watching.
Follow us on Twitter.
Shows will get better as we bring them out. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
See ya.